Hello student, in today's class we are going to discuss simple interest and compound interest exercise part 7. So the index will be memory based questions and then summarize our today's lecture. Disclaimer is the images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concern or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. Now first see some formula related to simple interest and compound interest. Now the first formula of simple interest will be PRT upon 100. So SI denote simple interest, P is the principal amount, R is the rate of interest and T is time. So what will be the amount? Amount will be always simple interest plus principal. So P represent principal, A represent amount and SI represent simple interest. So formula of compound interest, CI equals to P in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 to the power n minus 1, where CI is compound interest, P is principal, R is rate of interest and represent time. Clear? Next formula is A equals to P in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 to the power T for calculating amount in compound interest. Clear? A represent amount, P represent principal, R is rate of interest and T is time. Difference between compound interest and simple interest for 2 years. We can directly calculate it by this formula. PR square upon 100 square. In the same way, the difference between compound interest and simple interest for 3 years will be PR square in the bracket 300 plus R upon 100 cube. Now the formula for calculating installment on simple interest. So let each installment is A. So the formula will be 100P upon 100T plus RT in the bracket T minus 1 by 2. Next. Formula for calculating population n year ago. So the formula will become P upon 1 plus R upon 100 to the power n. P represent the population and R represent the rate of interest increasing in the population and n represent the number of years. So formula for calculating population after n years. So it will become P 1 plus R upon 100 to the power n. Formula for calculating net final income. So net final income will be P into 1 minus R1 upon 100 into 1 minus R2 upon 100 into 1 plus R3 upon 100. So formula for calculating amount at compound interest at different rate of interest. So the formula will become amount equals to P in the bracket 1 plus R1 upon 100 into 1 plus R2 upon 100 into 1 plus R3 upon 100. Clear? Now the first question is, what would be the compound interest accrued on amount 7,400 at 13.5% per annum at the end of 2 years? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. We use the direct formula for compound interest. We know the formula. Principal 1 plus R upon 100 square minus 1. So we just put these values in this equation. So principal is our 7,400. Rate of interest is 13.5% per annum and time is 2 years. So we just put these values 7,400 in the bracket 1 plus 13.5 upon 100 whole square because time is 2 years and minus 1. So when we calculate it, we get our compound interest, which is 2,132.87 rupees. Clear? D is the correct answer. Next one. The compound interest earned by Shivam on a certain sum of amount at the end of 2 years at rate of 8% per annum was rupees 1,414.4 rupees. What was the total amount that Shivam got back at the end of 2 years in the form of principal plus interest earned? Clear? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Again, we use the formula of compound interest. So, question says that this is our compound interest. We don't know the principal. So first we need to calculate principal. So what will be the principal will be? compound interest equals to principal multiplying in the bracket 1 plus r upon 100 to the power n minus 1. So P we need to calculate. We know the rate of interest, we know the time. So we just put these values in this equation and we get the value of P, which is 8,500 rupees. So what will be the amount? Total amount will be principal plus compound interest. So it will become 9,914.4 rupees. Clear? Next one. What sum of money at compound interest will amount to rupees 5,305.53 rupees in 3 years if the rate of interest is 1% for the first year, 2% for the second year, and 3% for the third year? So you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now we use the formula P 1 plus R1 upon 100 into 1 plus R2 upon 100 into 1 plus R3 upon 100. So the first year rate of interest is 1%, second year rate of interest is 2%, and third year rate of interest is 3%. And we know the amount. So what will be the principal? We use the formula. Then we just put these values which is given in the question and we get the value of P, which is 5,000 rupees. Clear? Next one. If the difference between simple interest and compound interest earned on an amount at 15% per annum at the end of 3 years is rupees 595.35 rupees, what is the amount? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now we know the formula of 3-year difference between compound interest and simple interest. So we use this formula PR square upon 100 square into R upon 100 plus 3. So we just put these values in this formula and we get the value of P. So it will become 225P upon 10,000 multiplying by 315 upon 100. So when we calculate it, we get the value of P, which is 8,400 rupees. Clear? Next one. A man get a simple interest of rupees 1,000 on a certain principal at the rate of 5% per annum in 4 years. What compound interest will the man get on twice the principal in 2 years at the same rate? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. So we can calculate by the formula because it is given that a man gets simple interest of rupees 1,000. So first we use the simple interest formula for calculating principal. We know that the simple interest 1,000. Clear? We know that the rate of interest, we know the time, which is 4 years. So we can calculate principal, which is 5,000 rupees. Principal, simple interest multiplying by 100 upon time into rate of interest. So we get principal. So question says that what will be the compound interest for 2 years if the principal is double? So before principal was 5,000. So now new principal will be 10,000. So compound interest will be 10,000 multiplying in the bracket 1 plus rate of interest is same. So 5 upon 100 for time has been given 2 years. So power 2 minus 1. So when we calculate it, we get the compound interest, which is 1,025 rupees in 2 years. So C is the correct answer. Next one. The simple interest accrued on an amount of rupees 20,000 at the end of 3 years is 7,200 rupees. What amount to be compound interest accrued on same amount at same rate in same period? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Simple interest formula is P into R into T upon 100. So we just put these values. Clear? So principal is 20,000. It is given. Simple interest is given 7,200. Time is given is 3 years. So we can calculate rate of interest. So rate will be 12% per annum. Clear? So need to calculate compound interest. Clear? For same rate of interest for same time. So compound interest formula is P 1 plus R upon 100 power n minus 1. So we just put these values in this equation. So 20,000 1 plus 12 upon 100 cube minus 1. When we calculate it, this value, we get the compound interest, which is 8,098.56 rupees. Next, the population of a state increases by 10% every year. If its population in the year 2003 was 15 lakh, what was its population in year 2005? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now we know the population in 2003, which is 15 lakh. It is given in the question. And question asks it, what will be the population in 2005? So we use the formula of amount, which is P in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 to the power n, where time is 2 years, because the difference between 2003 and 2005 is 2 years. So we just put these values: 15 lakh, 1 plus 10% growth rate, 10 upon 100 to the power 2. So when we calculate it, we get the population increased in 2005. Total population in 2005 is 18.15 lakh. Next one. The value of a machine depreciates at the rate of 12% per annum. It was purchased 3 years ago. Its present value is rupees 29,644.032 rupees. What was the purchase price of the machine? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. So the question says is the present value of machine is 29,644.032 rupees. Clear? Now to determine its rate 3 years ago. Clear? So we know the formula. Formula for 3 years ago, determining the price or determining the age, we can calculate by P upon 1 minus R upon 100 power n. So we just put these values in this equation. So 29,644.032 upon 1 minus rate of interest is 12%. So 12 upon 100 cube. When we calculate it, we get the rate, which is 43,500 rupees. So 3 years ago, the rate was 43,500 rupees. So B is the correct answer. Next one. In year 2008, 5,000 students were admitted in a college. It is found that the number of students admitted is constantly increasing by 24% per year. How many students will be admitted in the college in year 2010? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. We know that the student admitted in college in 2008 is 5,000. The number of students admitted in college get increased by 24% every year. So the formula will be P in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 to the power n, which is given 2 years because 8 and 10. So difference will be 2 years. So we just put the values in this formula. 5,000, 1 plus rate of interest is given 24%. So 24 upon 100 square is equals to 7,688 rupees. Clear? 7,688 student. Clear? Next question. The simple interest accrued on an amount of rupees 19,800 rupees at the end of 3 years is rupees 7,128. What would be the compound interest accrued on the same amount at same rate in the same period? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Initially, the simple interest was 7,128. It is given in the question. Clear? And we know the principal amount 19,800. This is our principal. This is our time. And this is our simple interest. So we can easily calculate the rate of interest, which is 12%. Clear? Now the question says it, calculate the compound interest. Clear? So we just put these values in compound interest formula, which is P in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 to the power T minus 1. So 19,800 in the bracket 1 plus 12 upon 100 cube minus 1, because time is 3 years. Solution to be continued. So when we calculate it, we get the compound interest, which is 8,017 rupees 0.5744 paisa, or we can say that 8,017.5744 rupees. Clear? Next one. If the difference between the simple and compound interest earned on a sum of money at the rate of 5% per annum for 2 years is rupees 16, find the principal. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. Now we know the formula of difference between compound interest and simple interest for 2 years is, we can write it, difference equals to PR square upon 100 square. We know this formula. By this formula, we can derive this formula. What is principal? If you need to calculate direct principal, it will become difference multiplying by 100 square upon rate square by this formula. So we just put these values and we get our principal, which is rupees 6,400 rupees. B is the correct answer. Next one. The population of a town is 11,200. It increases by 25% in first year and decreases by 15% in second year. What is the population of town at the end of 2 years? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now we let the initial population of town is 100. So when it increase by 25%, it will become 125. Then it decrease by 15%. So it will become 106.25. Clear? So if the initial population is 100, so the final population is 106.25. So if the initial population is 11,200, so what will be the 106? So 106.25 upon 100 multiplying by 11,200. So it will become 11,900 population in 2 years. Clear? B is the correct answer. Next one. The production of a factory grow at 8% per annum. What will be its production for the year 2010 if its production in 2008 was 70 lakh ton? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. The production in factory in 2008 was 70 lakh ton. So the production after 2 years become, so the formula is P in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 whole square. So we just put these values. P equals to our 70 lakh, rate of interest is 8%, and time has been given 2010 and 8 difference is 2. So we just put these values 70 lakh in the bracket 1 plus 8 upon 100 whole square. So when we calculate it, we get 81.648 lakh ton. So B is the correct answer. Next one. A deposited rupees 6,000 in a bank at 5% per annum, simple interest. B deposited 5,000 rupees at 8% per annum, compound interest. After 2 years, the difference between their interest will be, you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now simple interest, if you put, we know the principal amount, which is for first person is 6,000. Rate of interest is 5%. And time is given, which is 2 years. Clear? So if B deposited 5,000 at 8% per annum compound interest, and after 2 years the difference between their interest, so first we calculate the simple interest of 2 years, which is 600 rupees. 6,000 multiplying by 5 multiplying by 2 upon 100, when we calculate it we get 600. For B, the principal amount is 5,000. Clear? For B, principal is 5,000, rate is 8% and time is same for both the condition. So P is 5,000 in the bracket 1 plus 8 upon 100 whole square. So when we calculate it, we get compound interest, which is 5,832. This is our amount. Clear? So what will be the difference between CI? So what will be CI? So that we know the principal is 5,000 and amount is 5,832. So the compound interest is 832. So the difference between simple interest and compound interest between these two persons A and B is 832 minus 600, which is 232. Clear? B is the correct answer. Next one. If the rate of interest be 4% per annum for first year, 5% per annum for second year, and 6% per annum for third year, then the compound interest of rupees 10,000 for 3 year will be. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. So according to question, we use the formula amount equals to 10,000 in the bracket 1 plus 4 upon 100, which is first year rate of interest, multiplying by 1 plus 5 upon 100, which is second year rate of interest, multiplying by 1 plus 6 upon 100, which is third year rate of interest. So when we calculate it, we get the amount, which is 11,575.20 rupees. So what will be the compound interest? Compound interest equals to amount minus principal. So amount is 11,575.20 and principal is our 10,000. So the compound interest is 1,575.20 rupees. A is the correct answer. Next one. Sita deposited 5,000 rupees at 10% simple interest for 2 years. How much more money will Sita have in her account at the end of 2 years if it is compounded semi-annually? Now you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says it, Sita deposited 5,000 rupees for simple interest for 2 years. Clear? How much money will Sita have in her account at the end of 2 years if it compounded semi-annually? So we need to calculate the compound interest at semi-annually. Clear? So rate of interest is 10%, so it will become half. So rate of interest will be 5%. And in 2 years, there will be 4 half years. Clear? So we just use the direct formula of compound interest, which is P in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 to the power T minus 1. So we can directly calculate the compound interest. So principal is our 5,000, rate of interest is 5% and time is 4. So we put these values 1 plus 5 upon 100 to the power 4 minus 1. When we calculate it, we get our compound interest, which is 1,077.5 rupees. Clear? So what will be the simple interest? Clear? Simple interest will be 5,000, our principal amount, rate of interest is 10% for 2 years, it is 1,000 rupees. So what will be the difference between the compound interest and simple interest in 2 years? 1,077.5 minus 1,000, which is 77.5 rupees. C is the correct answer. Next one. If the compound interest on a certain sum for 2 years at 3% per annum is rupees 101.50, then the simple interest on the same sum at same rate and for the same time will be. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now first we let the rupees P as our principal. Clear? So compound interest formula says that P in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 to the power T minus 1. We can calculate it. And we know the compound interest. Clear? This is our compound interest. This is our time. And this is our rate of interest. Clear? So we put all these values and we get our principal amount. Clear? So when we put these values, we get the principal amount, which is 1,15,000 upon 609. So what will be the simple interest? So principal multiplying by rate of interest multiplying by time upon 100. So we just use it. When we calculate it, we get simple interest is 100 rupees. Clear? C is the correct answer. Next one is the compound interest on a certain sum of 2 years at 12% per annum compounded annually is rupees 1,272. The simple interest for that sum at the same rate and for the same period of time will be. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time starts now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says it. We have compound interest. Clear? Which is 1,272. We have time 2 years. We have rate 12% per annum. So we can directly use the formula of compound interest. So P compound interest is 1,272. We need to calculate P. So 1 plus 12 upon 100 square minus 1. So when we calculate it, we get the value of P, which is 5,000 rupees. So what will be the simple interest? So we need to calculate simple interest by the formula PRT upon 100. So by now we know that the principal is 5,000, rate of interest is 12%, time is 2 years. When we calculate it, simple interest is rupees 1,200 rupees. Clear? Now summarizing our today's lecture. First thing, what is simple interest? Simple interest is calculated on the principal amount or the initial sum of money throughout the entire period of loan or investment. So formula of simple interest is PRT upon 100, P into R into T upon 100. SI denote simple interest, P denote principal amount, R denote rate of interest and T denote time. Characteristics of simple interest. Interest is constant and does not change over the time. Second one is commonly used for short-term loans or investment. Clear? So what is compound interest? Compound interest is calculated on the principal amount and also on the interest that has been added it to over previous period. This means interest is earned on interest. So formula of amount is P in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 whole power T. A represents the total amount after interest. P is the principal amount, R is the annual rate of interest, and T represents the time in years. So characteristics of compound interest. The interest grows exponentially over time. Now, more beneficial for long-term investment or loans as the amount earned can significantly increase. Clear? Now, thank you.